But let's stay on the rail line, which a lot of Nigerians are very interested. The people that have had the experience of Abuja, Kaduna, and people that have had Lagos to Ibadan experience now will be looking forward to the Lagos rail transportation. So there is the red and there's the blue. The blue has started for some time. You are kicking start the red line. For those who do not know, for example, what is the difference between the red and the blue?
Okay, so it's where they are in Lagos. The blue line is meant to start from Okokomaiko. That's in Lagos West. Okokomaiko is on Badagry, Lagos Badagry Express Road. After Lasu, Okokomaiko. It's supposed to come from Okokomaiko to Mile 2, through Orile, take it elevated, past National Arts Theatre. You've seen the sea crossing, and finally ends up in Marina. So it's 29 kilometers. We've been able to, we are going to hand over phase 1 of it. Phase 1 of it is from Marina to Mile 2. The phase 2 of it is from Mile 2 to Okokomaiko. The beauty of this one is that we've done the difficult part. The difficult part is the elevated one, which is there. Like the bridge, we're building bridges all throughout where the rails are going to be. From Mile 2 to Okokomaiko is at grid level, meaning is at surface level. So we're just going to put the tracks there. We're not building any bridge, it's just straight track, and the alignment is there. So that is for blue line. The red line is on Lagos Central District into Lagos West as well, right? So it starts from, the phase 1 of it will start from Oyinbo, go through Ebute Metta, past Yaba, past Jibowu to Mushin, pass through Ilupeju to Ikeja along, gets to Agege, gets to Iju, and finally get to Agbado. That's the red line, which is from Lagos Central, like I said, into Lagos. The phase 2 of that red line will now do the sea crossing from Ebute Metta, Oyinbo. He will go to Ido, which we all know, and he will now cross the bridge as well, like the blue line has gone, and finally bring you to Marina. So Marina will eventually have both the red line and the blue line. So it will be a major transport hub.
So in technical sense, yes, there isn't any difference in the blue and red, because where you label it by those colors, people think maybe one is sophisticated than the other, or maybe there's a major.
No.
It's just in terms of the routes, yes, that's the difference. So the blue line was delayed, and people were wondering, maybe it was because of funding. Was funding the problem?
So, Sean, let's look at it. There is no sub-national anywhere in sub-Saharan Africa. In fact, if you also take it to developed worlds, in America and US, that is taking a real project by itself. A real project by itself. No sub-national. We are a sub-national. We took that decision about over 10 years ago, and we said we wanted to be audacious. I was in that cabinet, and we said we've never seen a rail being developed. Right? So no sub-national in which I've taken up one. So it was an audacity that we've taken it up. And so you've seen, over from Orile right to Marina, it's elevated. It's like we're building 8 kilometers of bridge on the highway. Right? So it's all, so its cost is critical. And it's crossing the water. Cost is critical.
So it was a funding that stopped.
It was a major.
For almost 4 years, it looks so much like contractors stopped work and nothing was happening.
Well, unfortunately, I mean, I don't criticize my predecessor, but indeed, for whatever planning or for whatever reasons, he never just funded it. So when we came back in the last 2 years, right, the contractor has since significantly moved from about 55%. Now we're about 93, 94% in terms of physical construction of phase 1. So we've also raised finance, for the rolling stock.
Meaning how much is this costing Lagos?
Well, I mean, in terms of, so don't let's look at just how much it's costing. It's a lot of money. It's a lot. It's well over 100 billion, to be honest with you.
Is it government funding or counterpart funding?
No, it's largely government funding, but, we have to use what we call creative financing. When you're doing creative finance and you're building infrastructure that are going to last 20, 30 years, you cannot be using short-term money. You need to also look for matching long-term funds to be able to and have the breather, so that you will also be able to pay back in the life of that infrastructure. So we have some very decent long-term borrowing to cushion the effect of that.